Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today. My name is Poonam Kumari and my student ID is 145870234, and we are thrilled to present on the topic that is crucial for both employees and employers, and the topic is occupational health and safety. In today's presentation, we will explore the fundamental principles of occupational health and therapy, discuss why it is a significant human resource management issue, and dwell into the key issues impacting both employers and employees, particularly in light of recent global events such as COVID-19 pandemic. We will start with an overview of occupational health and safety, defining what it is and why it matters. Next, we will discuss the role of human resource management on in occupational health and safety, highlighting the responsibilities and challenges faced by human resource personals. Finally, we will expand on specific issues related to occupational health and safety, including employer and employees' obligations, the impact of COVID-19 on workplace safety, and the consequences of stress on employee well being. By the end of this presentation, we hope to provide a comprehensive understanding of occupational health safety and its critical importance in workplace. Let's dive into it. Occupational health and safety, commonly known as OHS, refers to the practice of ensuring a safe and healthy working environment for employees. It includes a wide range of activities, policies, and procedures aimed at preventing workplace injuries, illnesses, and accidents. OHS is not just about complying with laws and regulations, it's about creating a culture of safety where employees feel valued and protected. A strong OHS program benefits everyone. Employers see reduced costs associated with accident and illnesses, while employees enjoy a safe and more productive work environment. For your reference, I have included a one link here over here. You can have a look at it. Now, you might wonder why OHS a concern of human resource management. Let me tell you, HR professionals plays a pivotal role in implementing and maintaining OHS programs. They are responsible for developing safety policies, conducting training sessions, and ensuring compliance with health and safety regulations. HR is an crucial managing the undermath of workplace incidences such as handling workers, compensation claims, and facilitating return to work programs. Furthermore, OHS directly impacts employees' morale, retention, and productivity. When employees feel safe and healthy, they are more likely to be engaged and committed to their work. Conversely, a lack of focus on OHS can lead to higher absenteeism, increased turnover, and even legal liabilities for the organization. Therefore, integrating OHS into HR practices is essential for fostering a positive workplace culture and achieving organizational success. Now, I will discuss about key issues, which are employer and employee obligations, impact of COVID-19 on health and safety, and consequences of workplace stress. I will start with employer and employee obligations, which helps in understanding the legal and the practical responsibilities of both employer and employees in maintaining workplace safety. Secondly, impact of COVID-19 on health and safety has helped in examining how the pandemic has changed safety protocols and the use of personal protective equipments and the other health measures in the workplace. Lastly, I will talk about consequences of workplace stress that helps in exploring both positive and negative aspects of stress in the workplace, including its impact on mental and physical health, productivity, and overall well being of the employee. Now, lastly, I will discuss about the causes of stress. The causes are academic stress, financial issues, relationship problems, healthcare issues, social problems, accidents. Thank you.
Nika, and my ID is 1390622236. So I'll be presenting another slides of the employee obligation in details. So first of all, now let's look at what is expected for the from the employees. So employees are expected to consistently follow establishment of safety protocols to minimize the risk, which is really beneficial for that. And it's crucial that everyone adheres to these rules to follow and keep the workplace safe for all. Additionally, employees should promptly report any hazard or any accidents to the facilitate immediate correction actions. This help address issue before they can cause harm. Finally, it's about participation in safety training session, which is really important for all the members. They can learn the how can they save from the accident and how can they prevent themselves and their colleagues. So next slide. So next slide will be based on employees must ensure a safe work environment through regular risk assessment and hazard control measures. As I told you before, we have to measure everything about in occupational health and safety in that side. And another one is they are responsible for providing ongoing safety education as like about personal protective equipment, which is really important for the employees to wear it in a especially on those places which are really hazardous. Third is employers must adhere to regulations set by bodies like OSHA to maintain compliance. Next slide is about impact of COVID-19 on OHS. So first of all, the COVID-19 pandemic has a significantly impact occupational health and safety. New safety protocols will be has been introduced and such as like enhanced cleaning and social distancing, which is like prevent the spread of the virus to the occupational sites. And the use of PPE has increased significantly to protect employees and from virus transmission. And mask, gloves and face shields are become common in many workplace, which is really important for us to wear in hazardous place, and it will be prevent from the accident or any harmful products. Additionally, this shift to remote work has changed the dynamics of workplace safety, introducing new challenge like ensuring home offices are safe and managing mental health issues regarding this shift. um, Another slide will be on same as COVID-19. So changes in safety protocols due to COVID-19. First of all, due to COVID-19, we have seen several changes, safety protocols, enhanced cleaning, sanitation of workspace to reduce virus transmission. Second is workplace have been resigned to ensure social distancing between employees, which is really important to wear the example is like the wear PPE kit. Third is regular health screening, such as temperature checks. It's like the risk for the infection have become standard practice to monitor employee health and their well-being in the occupational health. Next slide will be personal protective equipment. As I told you before, it's really crucial for hazardous place. So PPE has become essential in protecting employees from COVID-19 and another diseases, which is like the communicable and contact through the contact, which is spreading through the contact. So including mask, gloves, and face shield are required for that. Employees face challenge with PPE supply chains and ensuring employee are properly trained in the healthcare team, and they will guide to another member. So proper usage and availability of PPE like the donning and doffing are critical in maintaining workplace safety. Next slide is about remote work and OHS. So remote work has introduced new challenges like ergonomic risk and increased mental health issue. As I told before, if we are not physically fit, then it will be impact on our mental health. So we have to protect ourselves from that. So second is employers need to support remote workers by providing the equipment and mental health resource regarding this situation. So third is clear guidelines and policies as per the facilities are necessary to like the make sure about the safety for employees, like from their if they are working from home, and it will be helpful for them also. And another slide will be presenting by the Raddeep Kaur.
Next, moving on, now I am going to discuss about the consequences of the stress that is in a workplace. So, number one, the stress can be a positive or a negative, and it can have the both type of consequences. If we talk about positive consequence, it includes increased productivity, and there are short burst and motivation where we need to meet our deadlines. Whereas in the negative consequences, people usually, feel burnout, they have the diseased mental health, they have increased abstinence and turnover. So in the further slides, I am going to discuss the positive and negative impacts separately. So on the next slide is the positive consequences of the stress. So, the positive consequences of the stress, number one, short term stress can enhance performance by increasing the focus and productivity. As we have seen in ourselves also, during our exam period, we are in a lot of stress for a shorter duration, but our production value is increased. So, we retain more information during those days, and we are able to have better results during those days. And number two is the pressure to meet the deadlines can drive employees to achieve goals. So it happens everywhere. We can even see that in the students. So when they are under pressure and if they have an assignment deadline, they will finish that assignment no matter in the given deadline. But whereas if we do not have that stress or a pressure, there is a likelihood that the person is not going to work appropriately according to the plan that has been laid out by the organization. So the next slide, we are going to talk about negative consequences of stress. So, in the negative consequences, number one is the chronic stress. So, here it can lead to burnout, causing employees to feel exhausted and disengaged. So, it can be seen in every field that if a person is being overburdened or the stress is way too much for them to handle, they are going to feel exhausted. There can be some symptoms that could be seen in such people, such as they are more irritable, they have more anxiety levels, they are more agitated all the time, and whenever you try to make a communication with them, they do not want to engage with you in a communication. So these could be some possible signs symptoms of chronic stress. Whereas moving forward to point two, prolonged stress also have a negative impact on the mental health. It can lead to anxiety and depression. So many companies where the stress is being given on the employees for a prolonged time period, depression rate among their employees is really high. And I believe that there is study that was conducted that in Japan, due to the poor work life balance, the lot of the employees that are working in the multinational companies are suffering from depression. So thirdly, we have high level of stress result in increased absenteeism and employee turnover affecting overall productivity. So here also we can see our leading example would be the healthcare industry, where the nurses stay under a lot of stress and they go through a lot of phases of stress. So you can see the nurses have very high rate of absenteeism and turnover from that field. They always try to move forward in other directions. They either go in management, they try to go in teaching. So due to that, the stress levels are so high that an employee is obliged to move forward in the life. So moving on, now we will be discussing on the next slide, that is managing stress in the workplace. So to manage the stress in the workplace, so the first thing that is to be done is employer can support the employees by offering employee assistance program to address stress related issues. So under this program, the employers are giving the possibilities where the employees can openly share their concerns and they can put out their problems that they are facing in the daily activities or the daily routine, and they also can get support from the different support groups that are being provided by the organization. Next is promoting work life balance through flexible working hours and remote work options can help manage stress. So it can be seen everywhere. So wherever we go, we see that after COVID-19, a lot of things have been changed. People are given more flexible options. There are so many jobs which are hybrid and other jobs are remote. So they provide you a flexibility. Along with that, the working hours have also changed. So now no longer an IT person needs to work from 9 to 5. They can change their routine according to their own preferences. And so for the nurses as well, there are three different type of shift timings where they can work according to their own choices. Lastly is providing resources and training on stress management techniques is essential in helping employees to cope up with stress. So in order to to cope up with stress, every person need to have a proper resources and a proper training. So if a person does not know what a stress look like or what it feels like, they won't be going and getting help. So it's really crucial for the employers and the employee themselves to educate themselves how the stress look, how it will feel, and they know what to do and where to go for the resources. Lastly, I'm on the last slide, I'm going to summarize. So in the summary, we can see both employers and employees regarding occupational health safety, the impact of the COVID-19 on the workplace safety protocols and a PPE, and the consequences of stress in the workplace. So we have discussed overall everything. So, firstly, Anika highlighted how the employers are obliged, and later it can also seen how she explained about the workplace safety. And lastly, the stress management is explained by myself. And number two, it is clear for the occupational health safety is a critical aspect of human resource management with significant implications for the employees' well-being and organizational performance. And lastly, we encourage the proactive implementation of comprehensive occupational health safety measures to ensure a safe and healthy work environment. So all these components that we discussed today are really important to have a proper channel of work organization and to provide complete safety to our employees as well as employers have to safeguard their employees when they are working for somebody. So next is the list of references. So here is the list of references. So these are all the material that we use to make a presentation. So if you want any further knowledge about the topic, you can go and you can search on these things. And all we wanted to say you is a big thank you for coming and supporting us. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you for your time.